Hello, Marks. It's time for another Crimson Ring No DQ podcast. No DQ, which stands for No Duck Quacks. We prefer pigeons. With me as always, Doug.
Hi, Nathan. I just want to... Pigeons?
Yeah, man.
I mean, they're not even like the same, like a goose or maybe a swan.
Dude, they're New York chickens.
But you said ducks.
Yeah, no duck quacks. We
New
only
York
want
chickens?
New York chickens, which are pigeons.
Huh.
Yeah. It's the
All right.
WWE bird.
All right, guys. Welcome to the podcast, the most professionally unprofessional professional wrestling podcast in the game, featuring your undisputed tag team podcast champions of the world. And with me is Nathan.
Yeah, man, I introduced myself earlier, but
Yeah, but I
appreciate
never
you
get
doing
to
it.
introduce you, and I just thought it's the 18th episode.
Do you want to switch seats?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. All right, you're in the driver's seat.
Hey, what's up, you marks? Welcome to the Crimson Ring No DQ, episode 18. And that's for no duck quacks, because we like pigeons. With me is Nathan.
Hi,
Really?
I'm Nathan. Champions of the world. See, I can't do this role. I don't like being in the
All right, let's
passenger
switch
seat.
back.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Did you like being in the driver's seat for a minute?
No, it was a lot of pressure. I'm a much better co-host than host.
Yeah. Secondary host. I like it. All right, you ready to start this podcast?
I was born ready.
All right, I'm tired of playing musical chairs. All right, PPR didn't even have to move. We should have switched seats with him. But
Okay, I want to produce this episode.
you want to produce the episode?
Okay.
Okay.
I don't even know what Doug says.
Well, you can't say that because we'll get sued.
You fucking kidding me? Get the fuck back over here.
Okay.
While they're switching seats, I'd like to welcome our new sponsor, Blue Chew. Blue Chew, the thing you chew to get it up.
That's not a sponsor.
Oh,
I would have allowed it.
I know you would have. All right, well, now that we've tested the waters and done everything backwards today, let's start off with some news. I got some news, Doug. Okay, so I got to pull it up here. Becky Lynch criticizes WWE's portrayal of her and Rollins, saying, "What I didn't want was everyone talking about the relationship. What I wanted was two badasses at the top of their game fighting side by side, not for the world to be reminded every 5 minutes that that is Becky Lynch's boyfriend." Now, it's kind of funny that she said that like that because she's still making Seth look like a beta.
Yeah. But is that her making Seth look like a beta or the WWE creative team, Vince, making him look like a beta?
Well,
I liked the part where she was like,
Vince.
and because you know how subtle the WWE writing can be, like,
Oh, super subtle.
yeah, I loved that. I got a news.
Oh, well, what's your news?
Golden Boy to AEW.
Okay,
He'll be joining the commentary team.
nice. I liked him at what was that one show? Not Fight for the. Was it Fight for the Fallen?
Fighter Fest.
Fighter Fest. He was on.
Yeah.
Dude,
Great
I liked
job.
his dude, him and Excalibur.
I want that to be the commentary team.
Who's that other guy?
Jim Ross.
No, the other guy.
Alex Marvez.
Yeah, he needs to leave.
Yeah, he would be fine in like a backstage thing where he's like interviewing because he knows wrestling, but he's just not good on the mic for a large amount of time.
No,
I could see him as a Mean Gene.
no, I want him to go away.
Okay, well, who do you want to be Mean Gene? You gotta have a Mean Gene.
No, he can go away and like work on like Saturday nights when they do their version of Shotgun Saturday Night.
Ooh, yeah.
But-
TBS.
What's the show going to be called on Wednesday? Do we know?
Dynamite?
No, it was supposed to be Tuesday Night Dynamite, right?
That's Wednesday Night Dynamite.
Okay, so it's Wednesday Night Dynamite and Saturday night.
Nitro.
Hold on tight.
But hold on loosely, but don't let go.
Yeah, that's Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, we filled up the weekend. So you're welcome, AEW, for the new show ideas.
All right. We will take our checks.
Enzo and Joey Janela had a little conversation on the Twitter machines. Let me find it real quick because apparently there it is. Enzo said, "I'm money." Little picture of a little money bag there.
Yep.
And bad boy Joey Janela said, "You're what? You moved from an awesome place in L.A. to a shitty apartment in Union City. Meet me for a glass of root beer anytime. If I didn't approach you at the concert, you'd be delivering pizzas for Domino's in 9 months. I'm money." And then he deleted it.
Yeah, because Enzo probably found out where he lived and was going to beat his face in.
All right, fair enough.
All right. We got birthdays this week.
I love birthdays.
Paul Levesque, a.k.a. Hunter Hearst Helmsley,
Yeah.
a.k.a. Triple H.
He was an Intercontinental Champion
Yeah, once or twice.
and a World Champion, I guess.
Those don't count.
Yeah. He married Stephanie
Yeah, yep, nepotism.
Harpy.
Anyway, he turned 50 this week.
Okay. Happy birthday, old man.
Also,
Oh.
turning 57 years young
57?
is our boy,
Oh.
Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner.
He's a genetic freak.
He is.
He scares the shit out of me. He's like the only wrestler that literally, if I seen him in public, I'd be terrified of him.
No, see, okay, there are very few people I wish, like very few famous people I wish I could hang out with. Like Craig Robinson, I wish was my best friend.
Yeah, I get that.
I wish Scott Steiner was my uncle, which I guess makes me Rick Steiner's son,
Huh.
which I guess I'm okay with. We
You
share.
know, now that I'm looking
Yeah.
at you, okay, I can see that.
All right, so from now
You're
on,
not a dog-faced gremlin, though.
I will be known as Doug Steiner, and we only refer to Big Papa Pump as my uncle. Big Uncle Papa Pump. Happy birthday.
PPR, can we now refer to him as Doug Steiner?
That is acceptable.
So is it still a wood scale?
No.
So it's a Steiner scale?
Yeah. It's a Steiner recliner. How far back does it go?
How far back does it go?
I mean, all the way to the bottom.
Oh, shit. All right. In other news, there's already been a match announced for the first AEW show of Sammy Guevara versus Cody.
Which premieres October 2nd. I don't know if we've talked about that on the show.
I don't think we have, which is on a Wednesday.
Wednesday night, Dynamite.
Yeah.
Featuring
So
JJ Walker.
look for that. And also, because I got a little bit more here on my plate,
Hit me.
Big Show has a Netflix show called Big Show Show.
I like it. It should be called the Big Show Show.
No, it's too much.
No, it's
That's too much.
but it's like a big show.
So does this mean that the WWE is going to put stuff on
Oh yeah, that's already
Netflix?
been announced.
Like that's a thing?
Kofi Kingston will be in a movie I think comes out in October. It's a fictional wrestling-based movie that'll have Kofi Kingston starring in it. He'll be playing a character.
Jamaican?
I don't know, Ghanesian.
They tried Jamaican the one time. It didn't work.
It worked for like 5 years.
It just worked for his name, and then he forgot. He's like, oh, I don't have an accent anymore. Oops.
Yeah, well, because he didn't talk for like 3 years.
Fair enough.
He was just like boom, boom, boom.
Did R-Truth have the same gimmick when he was K-Quick?
No, R-Truth had the same gimmick as R-Truth when he was K-Quick.
I like him better as just Ron Killing.
Yeah.
Or Killings.
Killings.
Yeah. I like R-Truth.
Yeah.
He might be my favorite wrestler right now. Aside from Hangman.
I don't know, man. I like MJF.
Dude, MJF's a heel. We're not supposed to like MJF.
But I sometimes it's good to be the bad guy.
He's salt of the earth. I get it.
All right, I got a news.
Oh, okay.
Tennille Dashwood signs with Impact Wrestling, which, I mean, the knockouts are really the only thing that they've got going for them. That and Sami Callihan.
Huh. I mean, you got Tessa.
Yeah, you got Tessa. You've got. I mean, that's about it.
Yeah, you got Tessa.
Yeah,
That's all you need.
that is all you need for a while until she joins her daddy.
In AEW?
Uh-huh.
I'll think about it. I don't know how I feel about it yet.
She wins the title from Jericho.
At AEW?
Uh-huh.
Why does Jericho have the belt? Are you predicting that Jericho's going to win?
Yeah.
No, it's going to be Hangman.
There's no way that Paige can win
Why?
because,
There's another page they said that about, and he was a diamond.
yeah.
And he was from Dallas.
Nope.
I don't know that's true, but it's in his name.
He was from Jersey.
DDP.
Yep. And now he teaches yoga.
Yeah. Deep penetration yoga.
Ooh, edit.
Why? It was only weird because you made it weird.
I'll allow it.
All right, unedit.
All right.
Deep penetration.
Come on now, edit.
Hey, we're 18 now. We can say all kinds of stuff.
Ciao. There was enough space. There was enough space. There was enough space. Doug's got the giggles. All right, we got to get through the news. Come on.
You gotta finish without me, I'm dead.
In other news, Becky Lynch says the WWE should run Evolution 2 without Ronda Rousey and explains why. Quote, "Oh, absolutely. First and foremost, it's one of the best pay-per-views of the year, and that's not me being biased. That's a fact." Lynch confidently stated it had Match of the Year on it, including yours truly.
Yeah.
So, throat's dry. When she was asked about it, she says, "Absolutely, I don't see any reason why not. I think we have a strong enough women's division as long as they tell stories around us and let us go, and that's all I'll say." And the quote was without Ronda Rousey on the roster. Like, that was like the in quotations part that she was insinuating at. Becky is basically saying that with or without Ronda Rousey, they could do an Evolution pay-per-view, not that she would be welcomed. Or not that she wouldn't be welcomed.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
The whole reason they did the Evolution pay-per-view is because of the Saudi thing, and they've already given up on that. So, I think the women's revolution has been squelched.
Squelched?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either, but
I think they should do another pay-per-view. I think they should make this a yearly thing.
I don't think they care anymore.
Well, you think they're already, like, blowing it by having Charlotte fight Trish Stratus?
I mean,
At the SummerSlams?
I don't know why. Like, they stopped caring about women's wrestling. I don't know if Stephanie is busy doing something else or it just wasn't making enough money or what, but pretty much since WrestleMania, aside from Becky Lynch and insert random blonde here, like, who have we seen? Bayley's starting to over the past couple weeks.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, we went from, like, her feuding with Charlotte to her feuding with Lacey to now her feuding with Natty.
Yeah.
So we went from Charlotte to younger Charlotte to older
To OG Charlotte.
Charlotte. Is there any other blondes? Oh, I guess next is Dana Brooke
Yeah, yeah.
because she's blonde.
Liv Morgan's going to come back.
Liv Morgan had pink hair.
Well, she's going to come back.
As a blonde?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, she was fighting Alexa Bliss on Raw this week.
Oh, yeah.
That's like mini Charlotte.
Watch it.
It's like,
No.
you know, like,
No.
if you get like a Nilla,
Don't.
like a Nilla wafer, and then you can get like the mini Nilla wafers.
Those are better.
They are.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Good things come in small packages.
Not going to bite on that one. Hulk Hogan was on the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast.
Oh yeah, did he say anything Hulkerific?
All kinds of stuff that was Hulkerific. Talked about how he got in the business and just different things. He didn't try to, dance around the subject of steroids or anything like that. Like, it was kind of interesting. And he talked about working with Andre and how Andre didn't like to plan matches out. Like, he didn't like to plan out what was going to happen from start to finish, and he liked to call everything in the ring. And at WrestleMania 3, Hogan wrote out what he thought the match would go like and showed it to Vince and said, if Andre sees this, I'm a dead man. He goes into the match with Andre. He didn't know if he was going to win or not because Andre made those decisions. Everything he wrote down, Andre called.
That's awesome.
It was a really good story, and I've heard it before. There's a documentary on HBO about Andre. Watch it.
I've seen it.
So good.
Yeah.
And this podcast is really good to listen to.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to hear Steve Austin talk to Hogan, and they talked about why they never had a match.
But I also think this podcast, like our podcast.
Yeah, because we give you all this information. You're fucking welcome. Thank you.
All right, pulling out the Sandow. Yeah. Hogan also talked at length about arthritis and how much it hurt.
Yes, he did.
Which I thought was like refreshing to hear him actually talk about, like, not being superhuman. You know what I mean?
Are you trying to say that Hulk Hogan is not a superhero?
Well, yeah.
He's a real American, Doug.
Yeah, a real American man with back pain.
But not
and
a real
arthritis.
American or the greatest American wrestler, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Oh, you can just go jump in a fire.
Yeah.
He also
That's
said...
a Metallica song. Jump in the fire. No, we can't do that.
He also said he really liked wrestling in Japan in that. I thought that was cool, him talking about the Japan stuff.
He also mentioned that he had a girlfriend in Japan, too.
Yeah, I was going to gloss
Then he
it.
laughed, and he said, I shouldn't laugh about that.
It
It was kind of uncandid. Like, it was really good interview.
And he did say that they didn't talk about the NWO stuff because they're going to have a part 2, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
And that they also went out for sushi after.
Which
I feel like we should also do in honor of Stone Cold and Hulk.
fair enough. Marco Stunt signs with AEW. Which, does that put him in the stable with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy?
It does. I mean, Luchasaurus came out on the Twitters saying that, I don't remember what he called them. It's 2 boys and their dinosaur now.
That's a lot to carry on your shoulders.
He's a big enough man for the job.
That's true.
Big enough reptile for the job.
Yeah. My question is, are we going to get more Luchasaurus on Twitter talking about how the dinosaurs became extinct?
I was just getting ready to talk about that. That was
real good.
awesome.
I
Oh, no,
loved it.
not again. If you don't follow Luchasaurus on Twitter, you're an idiot.
And we're not editing that. You fucking are.
Dude is good.
Yeah, and if you don't have Twitter, you need to get a Twitter and follow us on the Twitter. Doug is slowly learning how to use the Twitter. How's the success?
I tweeted 4 times this week.
That's a lot of tweets.
For a guy my age.
You're lucky if you can get one tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doug, there's a new 24/7 champion.
Yeah.
It was Mike Kanellis.
Yeah.
Now it's his pregnant wife, Maria Kanellis,
So,
who made it
Freebird rule.
blatantly clear. Nope, she pinned Mike. She is the standalone champion.
Well, I was talking about the baby.
Yeah, she made it abundantly clear. So is the baby the champion? Because as soon as she lays down to go to sleep, the baby's pinning.
That's my point.
Oh, my God. It's going to be the longest reigning 24/7 champion.
Yeah.
Because we'll never know if the baby's shoulders are down.
So does Mike have to get a referee shirt and count it?
Oh, my God, I love it.
Like he's like asleep and he wears like Foot Locker pajamas?
Yeah, so they can extend this the whole 9 months. The baby's the champion, but Maria thinks she's the champion. And then as soon as the baby's born, Mike pins the baby and wins the title, but R-Truth is the doctor and wins it back.
Okay. I just want to add, Not until the baby's born. They get the ultrasound pics. The baby's wearing the belt.
I love it.
All right.
Now, if this was Attitude Era, when they do the ultrasound pics, the baby would have R-Truth's hair.
Oh, it would
because
be
that's the
our
attitude.
truth.
Yeah, it would be R-Truth in Euro.
Why aren't we writing?
I don't know.
WWE Creative, you call us.
Yeah. We'll take your call.
I'll take his call.
Okay. So, yeah. Maria Kanellis is your 24/7 champion, and she made it abundantly clear that she was going to an OBGYN appointment and that her legs would be up in stirrups, and if anyone wants to try to pin her, they can try.
Okay,
It's very awkward.
Here is my question for that.
Go ahead.
With her actually being pregnant, like, are they gonna take it off of her because of unable to compete, or like, is this how they write the 24/7 championship off TV?
Is the 24/7 championship a legit title?
Yeah.
Was the hardcore championship a legit title?
Yes.
I mean, wasn't Mae Young and the Fabulous Moolah 24/7 champions at the ages of like dirt?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm not saying it's prestigious as like
It's prestigious.
it's not as prestigitation as, like the Universal Championship, something with like a
Right.
long historical line.
Just because it doesn't have a prestigious championship doesn't mean that it's not important, but I'll give you that it's not
and also something we didn't talk about last week.
Yeah.
Ted DiBiase bought the 24/7 championship. Ted DiBiase is recognized as a 24/7 champion, which retroactively makes Ted DiBiase a world champion.
I feel like it's because of our podcast that this became a thing.
Yeah.
Because we talked about how he wasn't a world champion.
So
So we elevated him to championship status.
yeah, because if his win counts for buying the title from Medusa, then his win buying the title from Andre counts.
All right. So it's official. Ted DiBiase is
One time.
still, because he hasn't been beaten for the title.
Well, he vacated the title. But
No,
maybe
he's
he has a
the
rematch.
WWE champion.
Maybe he has a rematch clause.
No, he is the WWE champion.
But we don't use that title anymore.
What are you talking about?
I mean, there's not a WWE champion anymore.
Well, Kofi Kingston.
Well, no, he's the heavyweight champion.
but
That
the
was
WWF
WCW.
champion transferred to the WWE championship. Ted DiBiase is the longest running champion ever,
Wow.
above Bruno Sammartino.
Hey, Pepper, how many days is Ted DiBiase now the champion?
Why would I have that information readily available?
Because you're our producer?
But you also just now informed me while you were informing the listeners.
In case you guys hear any banging around, it's because we're getting work done here at the studio. So I apologize for any inconveniences. PPR decided to schedule it during our podcast in particular because Peppa don't care.
Peppa don't care about no crimson rings.
So thanks, PPR.
All right. Back to news.
I don't have any more news. Doug. Do you have any?
The Renee Young tweet.
Oh, yeah. Talk about that.
Okay, so Renee Young was on the Twitters, and she came out and she said, "Here's the truth. I know I'm not great on commentary, but it's my job. I try to get better each week. People love to tell me how bad I am at it, as if I think I'm great at it. So should I quit? What would that say about me? Not easy to learn a skill on a gigantic global TV show." Which, I mean, a lot of people came to her defense, and I'm also going to come to her defense. I don't think she's the greatest on commentary, but she's clearly getting better. And, I think I always wanted her to stay in the Mean Gene role, the backstage interviewer role, because I thought she was great there, but I don't think she's terrible on commentary.
I like Renee in commentary. I like her in that role a lot. I think it shows some diversifying as far as like mixing things up. I like Corey Graves. I hate Michael Cole. I've hated him since the day they hired him. I mean, he's just garbage.
Preach on, brother.
But I want more Corey Graves. I want more Renee Young. I like them a lot.
I think that they have a good dynamic together. I could see a 2-person booth working much better, but they're not going to get rid of Cole until Cole's ready to go.
And I even like Aiden English.
Yeah, no, Aiden English does a really good job, and he got bumped down at 205 Live, but I mean he's still killing it there.
I think they should mix up announcers though more often.
Ooh, like the
spread them around.
Like when they do the Superstar Shake-Up, they draft announcers as well.
No, because that was a really bad time for JR when he got drafted to SmackDown. He hated that.
I know.
All right. Ready to go to another subject, or do you have more news?
That's all my news.
All right. So I talked about Bruiser Brody last week, and I sat down and I rewatched. That's right, rewatched that Viceland show, The Dark Side of the Ring, about Bruiser Brody's death, to talk a little bit more about it. So let me pull it up here. Okay. So basically, Bruiser Brody was murdered, but the guy that murdered him said it was in self-defense and then was acquitted of charges, and it was ruled basically self-defense. So what happened is we talked about Bruiser Brody dying on July 17th, 1988 in Bayamont, Puerto Rico. By Jose Gonzalez, who was a wrestler known as the Invader #1, who was booked for World Wrestling Council for Carlos Colon. Now, Carlos Colon is in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yes, he is.
Jose is not in the WWE Hall of Fame.
No.
And he shouldn't be because he killed another man. Basically, what happened was...
Jimmy Snuka's in the Hall of Fame.
Oh. So anyways, I'm just going to disregard that because I don't know what to do about that. No,
that's fine.
I don't like this. I don't like what happened to Bruiser Brody, and I don't really know a lot about the Jimmy Snuka situation, so we should talk about that.
Tune in next week.
You got to do that. You got.
I'll snook it up.
Okay. You'll snook it up, and that's fine. Tamina, we're going to talk about your dad.
Happy birthday.
Is it her birthday?
I don't know. I mean, eventually. It's either an early or late birthday present. But go on.
So, Carlos Colon, who was one of the owners of the World Wrestling Council along with Gorilla Monsoon, and then there was a couple other owners. Basically, Brody came in and was getting a deal brokered between him and Monsoon. Now, you had said before that Monsoon wasn't good with getting pushed out of the territory. That was never the case that was led me to believe that on the show.
Let's just, over the years on the internet, that's the pretty common consensus. But, the internet warped stuff.
But basically, Brody had beaten up Jose Gonzalez pretty good in one of his matches, really worked him over when he was trying to get a babyface push. And in the course of that, Brody was kind of looked down upon because he wanted to make a bunch of changes, and he was in the process of purchasing this because he'd made a lot of money in Japan. Jose Gonzalez asked him to come into the shower room to have a private conversation because just to go over match details. And he had a towel around his hand, and Tony Atlas had witnessed this. And he heard some scuffling, and then Brody came out, holding his stomach, kind of, and Tony Atlas went to grab him, bear hug grab him and pull him away as Gonzalez was trying to cut him again and ended up cutting off part of Bruiser Brody's hair, like a ponytail, and he had 2 8-inch gashes, one in his abdomen and one up on his chest from where he got cut. And what it all boils down to is it took 45 minutes for an ambulance to get there. Once they got there, Atlas went with them, and, Bruiser Brody was like, don't let me die, pretty much, keep them away from me. It was very eerie.
Yeah.
And when they finally got to the hospital, it took them forever to finally see Brody And then Atlas actually grabbed a doctor and brought them over to Brody. And they were like, all right, we got to get some doctors over here. Atlas was taking off Brody's boots and noticed that his feet were blue, which meant he wasn't getting any blood, and it was very serious. And Bruiser Brody ended up dying at 4:30 in the morning. Now, prior to all that, Atlas goes back to the stadium where they were wrestling, because I believe it's an outdoor stadium where they wrestled. And everyone was acting like nothing ever happened. They're playing cards. People are putting up their gear. There's a police officer there who doesn't totally believe what's going on because wrestling's, it's all a work, right? That's what they think. And Tony Atlas goes off and starts saying basically like, no, that man right there killed him. He killed him. And all the other wrestlers were saying a fan stabbed Brody.
So it was a conspiracy. It was like
there was a huge conspiracy, and it's almost like one of those cold case files.
Yeah.
Atlas ends up leaving, or Atlas goes out and does a match with the Iron Sheik, tells Sheik what's going on. They only wrestled for a couple minutes, and Sheik, they were talking in like lockups and stuff like that. Sheik hears what he says and just goes out of the ring. Just like walks out of the ring and walks over to the heel dressing room where Abdullah the Butcher was, who was one of Bruiser Brody's like huge foes. So there's a lot that goes into this story.
Huh.
Like his wife even makes the trip to Puerto Rico. They had a funeral in Puerto Rico, like shipped the body back to the U.S. I mean, it was a huge thing. And Abdullah the Butcher is the one that ends up telling his wife that he had passed away because she didn't know. She had made the trip and didn't even know that he had passed away yet.
That's crazy.
Dude, it's very eerie how all of it happened. There was a wrestler by the name of TNT. You might know him as Savio Vega. Yeah. Savio Vega was trying to help Tony Atlas with everything because they wanted to get Tony Atlas. Like
because he was trying to
point fingers in the right direction.
That's like,
oh no, this is the best part. They end up arresting Jose. Okay, they arrest him. He goes on trial. They subpoena Dutch Mantel and Tony Atlas, who get their subpoenas after the trial had already been acquitted. They were mailed late by 10 days.
So it was just like a huge cover-up.
Yep.
So do you think Cologne had something to do with it?
You tell me.
I do, man. I really do. And I've always kind of heard that Cologne put the hit out because he didn't want all the changes.
Dude, there's a lot that goes on to this story, and it's a very serious thing.
Yeah, and it, a lot of these people's kids are in the WWE now.
Here's the worst part. Bruiser Brody's not going to get any justice.
No.
Because it happened over 30 years ago.
And in Puerto Rico.
Exactly.
So, I mean, the whole thing is crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty sad, too.
Yeah. What happened with Gonzalez? Did you ever find, did he just finish out working in Puerto Rico?
You can hire him if you want to get, for birthday parties on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah.
PPR?
We'll see what we can do.
All right, for the Crimson Ring's 1-year birthday, we're going to try to hire him and get him on here.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, on that Dark Side of the Ring stuff, they reached out to Cologne and Gonzalez to get him to do an interview, and they declined.
That's
Yeah.
expected.
Maybe we can get them to tell their side.
Ooh.
Yeah.
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 I mean, we got Girl Hebner.
Yeah.
I'm now changing my positioning on this question. We're going to go with a hard no, as I don't want stabbed.
Take one for the team.
PPR. What makes you think you're going to be the one that gets stabbed?
large bodybuilder guy. He's probably gonna stab all of us.
He's got to be like in
Dude,
his 60s.
He's old.
Yeah. If you can't handle getting stabbed by a 65-year-old man, you're in the wrong line of work.
I guess we need to talk about a new producer.
Well, at least we know one of the prerequisites, so that's fine
All right. In all seriousness,
for hiring a new producer. You have to be able to get stabbed by a 65-year-old man.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
that's
say, I'll
on-
follow that setup.
that's on the Indeed
job posting. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
You want to do your spotlight?
Yeah, so this is going to go from sad to equally sad.
Dude, it's totally down segments, I guess.
Yeah, I
That's what we're
guess-
doing here.
Welcome to episode 18, the downer episode. All right, guys. Yesterday, as of recording, so July 29th, marks the 1-year anniversary of the passing of Brian Christopher. So I thought I would do a spotlight on Brian Christopher and then give some news and updates on his legal situation.
We totally planned this, that we would have some cold case files on this week's episode, I guess.
Yeah. Brian Christopher Lawler was born on January 10th, 1972, and was an American professional wrestler, best remembered for his career in the WWE, where he performed as Brian Christopher and Grandmaster Sexay. He began his career in the United States Wrestling Association in 1988 as one half of the masked tag team The Twilight Zone under the ring name of Nebula. And after being unmasked, Brian continued to wrestle in the United States Wrestling Association under the name Too Sexy Brian Christopher until 1997. He joined the WWF in 1997 and began competing in the light heavyweight division. And in mid-1998, he started teaming with Scott Too Hot Taylor to form the tag team Too Much. When he was still known as Brian Christopher in the WWF, his father, Jerry Lawler, would talk him up as being superior to all the other light heavyweights, but never publicly acknowledged that Brian was his son, although JR would always hint at it, which I thought was hilarious.
He'd always say, "That's your boy. That's your boy."
Yeah. On June 13th, 1999, on an episode of Heat, Brian and Scott adopted the ring names of Grandmaster Sexay and Scotty Too Hottie, and were renamed as Too Cool, and were joined by Rikishi.
They were my favorite tag team.
Yeah, all of the Heavy Machinery fans out there have this team to thank for the Caterpillar.
But it was the Worm.
Yeah, because these guys weren't Heavy Machinery; they were just too cool.
That's right.
The trio's run ended in late 2000 when Rikishi was revealed as the man behind the wheel of the car that hit Stone Cold Steve Austin at Survivor Series, turning Rikishi heel.
Oh, hell no.
When Scotty Too Hottie was sidelined in 2001 with a broken ankle, Lawler formed a short-lived tag team with Steve Blackman, but was later released from the company for illegally conveying drugs across the United States-Canada border. In February of 2002, at the second World Wrestling All-Stars pay-per-view in Las Vegas, he wrestled for the WWA Heavyweight Championship against Jeff Jarrett, but lost. And in April of 2002, he wrestled in a fatal four-way match for the championship, but lost to Nathan Jones, Big Uncle Papa Pump, Scott Steiner, and Jeff Jarrett.
Huh.
From June of 2002 to April 2004, he worked for TNA as Brian Lawler. He formed a group called Next Generation with fellow second-generation stars David Flair and Eric Watts.
I really see a winning combination.
Yeah, those some powerful names, right?
Yeah. How many of those guys still wrestle?
None of them.
Yeah.
How many of them are still alive?
Whoa. Did David Flair die?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. PPR, can you look that up? They were involved in a rivalry with Dusty Rhodes and harassed him with a replica of the NWA World Title belt that Lawler wore, pretending he was a champion. In April 2004, he was signed back to the WWE roster as JR's last act of the head of the talent relations for WWE. He was released a month later when John Laurinaitis took over.
Okay.
Lawler was arrested in February of 2009 for disorderly conduct and was arrested again on June 26th of the same year for public intoxication. According to the police report, he became very belligerent once in custody and threatened a police officer who arrested him. On July 13th of 2009, he was jailed for 30 days after failing to attend inpatient treatment center as part of his plea agreement. On March 14th of 2011, Lawler returned to the WWE as a heel in a segment between Michael Cole and his father, Jerry Lawler, where Bryan sided with Cole, saying that he felt that Jerry never cared for him and was ashamed to be his son. Jerry agreed, telling Bryan that he was a bigger screw-up than Charlie Sheen. All right, guys, this just in. David Flair not dead.
Oh, I had it.
Okay, sorry. PPR, do you want to repeat what I just said?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
David Flair, better known by his ring name, David Flair, is a retired professional wrestler. He resides in Shelby, North Carolina, and he works in law enforcement.
Okay.
Thanks, David Flair, for bogarting our segment here about Brian Christopher.
All right,
You're
we'll just
welcome.
edit all that out. He made his final WWE.
No, leave it in. People need to know that David Flair's like that.
Yeah, he does seem like that. I wonder if he ever teams up with Steven Seagal.
Why?
Because Steven Seagal's been a police officer for the past 57 years.
Oh, that's right.
We are getting way off base.
Yep. Choo choo.
All right. Our next producer not only needs to be able to be stabbed by a 65-year-old man, he has to be able to wrangle us.
Yeah, he's got to be a conductor.
All right, back on track. Lawler made what would be his final WWE appearance on NXT Arrival in February 2014 as part of Too Cool, losing to the Ascension for the NXT Tag Team Championship. In early July of 2018, Lawler was again jailed for driving under the influence and evading police. And on the early morning of July 29th, Lawler was found hanging in his cell at Hardeman County Jail and was observed to be brain dead. His life support was disabled after his father had arrived at the hospital to bid his farewell. Lawler was pronounced dead at 4:40 p.m. At the age of 46. So, all of that is the spotlight on Brian Christopher, which was ruled a suicide, but Jerry Lawler never thought so, and he's gone on record talking about the horrible conditions. And as of this past Monday, the 1-year anniversary, he has filed a wrongful death lawsuit. Jerry Lawler filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Hardeman County and Hardeman County Sheriff John Doolin and others for alleged failure to protect his son, Brian Lawler. Brian Lawler, who died a year ago, was found hanging isolated in his cell in a Hardeman County jail. His father questioned whether, in fact, his death was a suicide. Lawler seeking $3 million in compensatory in damages. I can't say that word either. Put it on the CN pile.
In compensation?
Yeah, that'll work. That's not the word they use, but yes, in compensation. He's also seeking punitive damage in the amount to be determined by the jury for what the firm of Rosenblum and Reisen called numerous failures of the county and its employees that resulted in the wrongful death of his son. Lawler's lawyer said during a press conference Monday afternoon that they are seeking a court order requiring Doolin to immediately make changes to the jail so no more suicides in confinement can occur. Lawler said in the press conference that Doolin had promised he would personally keep an eye out for Brian and that he had taken a picture of Brian after he was taken to the medical center and texted it to Doolin. And Jerry's quoted as saying, "Remember when you told me Brian would be safe? I believed you." Doolin responded that he was sorry for his loss. At this time, requests to comment from Doolin and the Hardeman County Police Department were not returned. So basically, there were a lot of extenuating circumstances, and it may not be as clear-cut, and it may not be a suicide.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like we're on CSI.
Yeah, this is kind of a downer episode. We should pick it up.
All right, well, we have a guest that's in studio that's going to come in and talk to us. Last week, we premiered his new commercial about his new beer, Big Bitch Brew, which is apparently a pre-workout beer for those of you that want to drink and work out. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but nonetheless,
It's called the Jersey Shore, friend.
So if you want PPR, can you go ahead and let him in?
Yeah. Hey, Arnie, you can come in.
Arnie. Hello, I am here. I'm here to talk about my pre-workout beer, the Big Bitch Brew. How are you, Squirrel and Big Man? Smooth.
I'm great, Arnie. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, thanks for showing up, Arnie. You want to talk about your beer and what purpose it serves?
Certainly, I would like to talk about all these things and more, but first off, you two really need to pump up your game and work out more, and I recommend you drink my beer and get off the tiny lady.
I'm a pretty big fan of Tiny Lady, Arnie.
Yeah, you need to look into that and drink the pre-workout beer that has many BCAAs and amino acids for all your pre-workout needs.
I mean, I don't know that a pre-workout beer would work for me since I don't plan to actually work out.
You know, I am here to pump you up and get you excited and motivate you in life.
Arnie, we're not here to talk about our workout ethics and, going to a gym or anything like that. We're here to talk about wrestling. We talk about other buff guys doing stuff that we wish we could do. So, yeah. But do you want to talk about the different flavors of beer that you have?
Well, I mean, right now we mostly have pumpernickel, but we also have banana bread and potato.
Like a potato bread or just a potato?
No, where do you think all the carbohydrates come in that you need when you're working out to fuel your body?
From the bread?
Yes. You're not very bright, are you, the big dog? Are you dog?
Yeah.
Doug?
Yeah.
The squirrel?
That's me.
Okay. You need to work on your communication skills on the microphones. What do you do over there? Little man, talk to me. You need pre-workout beer, right?
I do.
Yes, you're the one that said that I could promote my beer on here. Have you tried the new flavors?
No, you haven't given me the cases yet.
They're under your desk.
Oh,
All right, well, I'm glad that we worked through this.
try that this evening.
Thank you for having me on here, but I mean, if you're not going to try my beer, how am I supposed to know anything?
Hey, I'll try one right now.
I mean, I'll give one a go. I'm not afraid.
It's yeasty.
I don't like using the word thick.
I'll use it. It's
Yeah.
it's less a beer and more of a paste.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you know that it is working. You're supposed to shake it first.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And now let it slide down your gullet. That's right. Very good. Very nice.
Yeah.
You have great form.
It's
Yes, I like it.
It's smooth.
That's what we shoot for at my brewery, which has no name yet. I just call it Arnie's Brewery because it is very nice. So, do you have any questions about my pre-workout beer?
Yeah. Have you thought about maybe using a non-bread flavor?
No.
Okay. What about maybe a light version? Just something a little less chewy?
Like a tortilla flavor
Exactly.
or a flatbread?
Well, you got to think the Hispanic community is almost, 1/3 of the United States population, I feel like.
You could add salt and limes into it and it'd be fine.
Yeah, like a Corona.
Yeah. Like a corn flavor, like a masa.
Corn-rona.
I do not like this. I do not think that this is appropriate My beer is how I make it from the hills of Austria in my secret laboratory. Yeah, I don't like to say laboratory. Laboratory sounds better, like an evil genius, but I am not evil. I am just a simple man trying to sell my simplistic beer for pre-workout needs so that way you all look jacked like I do.
Well, I do have to say, for being 104, you are really ripped.
Yeah, I know. I'm very special. I'm built like granite. Like Atlas holding up the world. Okay. Well, I thank you very much for your time, for letting me come on here. I have many appointments to go to, and I have a movie script to read that was sent to Sly, but I plan on stealing it. So thank you very much, and have a good day. Bye.
So that was
Okay. Bye.
Do you just not run anything by us anymore?
I was supposed to tell him no?
No, but you could have maybe given us a warning.
Yeah, I didn't want him to hit me in the face.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Call me fat.
You guys would have wanted me to tell him no, and then I got punched in the face. So I heard it just worked out best this way. Look, it's done. It's over with.
He called both of us fat.
He called me little guy.
Yeah, he called you scrawny.
I don't think we can make this any better, Doug. We've literally had 2 downer segments.
Yeah.
Did anything happen in the G1 that was good?
Okay, I do have G1 news. We had 3 more matches since our last recording. I'm sorry, 4 more. On last Wednesday, July 24th, the B block was at Hiroshima and had Juice Robinson defeating Yano, Taichi defeating Gato.
That's a new one.
John Moxley defeated Takagi. Jay White. Yep. Jay White defeated Jeff Gordon on the Cup. And Naito picked up a win against Ishii.
You know what I noticed on the YouTube views for each of these guys when they talk about their after matches? Some of them are in like the 11,000s and stuff like that. But John Moxley's over like 100 and some thousand views.
Yeah. He's over 9,000.
Over 9,000. He's over 100,000.
He's over 109,000.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I think he's got 80,000 more views than the next closest guy.
You know what I'm thinking? They're not going to let him win because
No.
he's too fucking popular.
Yeah. A Block had some matches on Saturday, July 27th, with Ibushi defeating Lance Archer, Will Ospreay picking up a win against Bad Luck Fail, Evil defeating Zack Sabre Jr., Tanahashi defeating Sonata, and Okada defeating Kenta in a fantastic match. That was definitely the highlight. B Block then wrestled again on Sunday with Goto defeated. I keep doing it.
It's already defeated him.
He defeated Yano. Ishii beat Juice Robinson. Jeff Carlicod defeated Taichi. Jay White beat Yakagi. And John Moxley defeated Naito.
John Moxley still hasn't lost yet, right?
No, he has not. A Block also wrestled yesterday as of recording on July 30th. Ibushi beat Bad Luck Fail. Zack Sabre Jr. picks up a win against Will Ospreay. Okada defeats Lance Archer, which means he is also undefeated. Sonata defeats Kenta, and Tanahashi beats Evil. So our current standings for A Block are Okada with 12 points. Next up with 8 points are Kenta, Ibushi, Tanahashi. With 6 points is Evil, Lance Archer, Will Ospreay, and Sonata. And Zack Sabre Jr. all have 4, and Bad Luck Fail has 1 win with 2 points. In the B Block, John Moxley has 10 because they have 1 less match wrestled. Juice Robinson was 6, Ishii was 6, Yano, Takagi, Naito, and Taichi. Actually, everyone else. Yano, Takagi, Naito, Taichi, Goto, Jeff Core on the Cup, and Jay White all have 4 points. So the B Block is a little more even, but Moxley is clearly out ahead, and of course Okada is undefeated because he is the greatest wrestler to ever exist.
According to
The world?
and Dave Meltzer.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was your G1 update.
Yeah.
Next up, the Big E segment.
Actually, we are going to pause the Big E segment for this week because I have a new game.
Oh, I want to play the game.
I know. Okay, so if you guys will
Big Smooth loves games.
and you know that I also love hybrid fusion in food.
Yeah,
You know, you've had my maple raspberry scone quesadillas.
I love them.
So I thought I would combine Is Vince McMahon really this crazy with Let me ask you 5 questions.
Let's do it. What are we going to talk about?
Let me ask you 5 questions about how crazy Jim Cornette is.
All right.
All right. What is special to Jim about November 17th?
First day, you got a tennis racket.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
November 17th is Jim Cornette Day in Knoxville, Tennessee.
What do they do that day, bitch?
I don't know. Complain about the Young Bucks, probably.
God.
All these little deer running around.
Oh, man.
Knox County, Tennessee Mayor Tim Burchett declared on November 17th of 2014 to be Jim Cornette Day during a taping of Southeastern Championship Wrestling.
Wait a minute. Could the new Knox County mayor change that?
I mean, I guess. Is that Kane?
Yeah.
He's going to challenge him to a Hell in a Cell match.
Oh, my God, yes.
Book it.
He's going to, like, tombstone him like Pete Rose.
What?
You don't remember when Pete Rose got tombstoned?
I don't remember anything, like, epically special about that one.
He got tombstoned a couple of times.
Yeah, but, I mean, it was just a tombstone.
Well, I'm just saying like Pete Rose because Jim Cornette is frail like Pete Rose.
Yeah, he is. Okay. What is Jim Cornette's favorite beverage?
Sarsaparilla.
No. It is Sprite.
Okay.
This is Jim Cornette on Sprite and why he likes it. Because there's no caffeine, it has a clean, refreshing taste and sparkling bubbles. He also adds that Sprite Zero is sugar-free.
So he promotes Sprite.
Yeah. Hardcore. But apparently it's legit. JR talks about him being a huge Sprite fan a lot.
Huh.
Okay. Let's move on to food. What is Jim Cornette's favorite fast food?
Burger King.
Pretty close, actually.
Okay.
He hates Big Macs because they're mostly bread. He loves triple Whoppers, but it's usually hard to get them fresh off the grill. His favorite is the Wendy's triple cheeseburger.
Okay, I can get that. Wendy's does have a good burger.
And as an aside, he once ate a burger at a burger joint in Arizona called the Heart Attack Grill. It was called a quadruple bypass burger, which was 4 half-pound patties and 8 slices of cheese. He ate the whole thing in under 10 minutes and then complained that he was still hungry.
No way.
Yeah. Yes way.
Okay.
What is Vince McMahon's favorite thing about Jim Cornette?
His annoying voice.
No. Apparently, and this is hearsay, but there is a video of Jim Cornette getting a banana in his tailpipe from a dominatrix that Vince McMahon loves. And loves it so much that anytime Cornette was on WWF television, there were bananas in the shot.
No.
Yeah.
So we got to do research now, damn it.
Get the marks on this.
Oh, God. Marks love bananas.
All right, last question. What is Jim Cornette's dream scenario?
Oh, to have a banana shoved up his ass.
No, dream scenario, not Friday evening activity.
To have a bunch of bananas shoved up his ass.
Very close.
Okay.
Cornette's dream scenario, he once heard that Vince Russo had told JR that Cornette pulled a gun on him. Cornette said if that were true, Vince Russo wouldn't be around to tell the story.
They really do hate each other.
Yeah. All right, and I mean, you're a fan of Cash Cab, right?
Yeah.
You know the red light challenge?
Yeah.
where you got to name some
Do you
things.
have a red light challenge?
I have a red light challenge for you.
I'm going to fuck this up, but that's fine.
That's all right.
Okay.
Jim Cornette described Vince Russo in 10 words. Can you give me 5 of those words?
Okay. Lazy.
No.
Stupid.
No.
Good for nothing.
No.
Idiot.
I'll give it to you.
You're going to give me idiot?
Yeah.
Okay. Vile.
No.
Grotesque.
No.
Moronic.
No.
Oh, man.
I think you're going to fail, man. How
Yeah,
much time
it's
has he
not
got
looking
left?
Good.
15 seconds.
All right.
Are they dirty words?
Oh, yeah.
Fucker.
Close.
I don't want to say anything else because it's really offensive.
Oh, no. These are all offensive.
Okay, then I'm not going to do it.
You're going to make me do it?
No, I care about the fans that
Okay.
listen to this podcast.
10 seconds.
Nope. We're just going to stop it right here and put up a advisory that we're going to read the words that Jim Cornette describes them as.
8
Sure.
seconds.
Can we do that?
All right. Here are the 10 words, and you'll probably just hear bleeps.
Okay.
Asshole. Dipshit. Cocksucker. Motherfucker. Prick. Crook, which you can probably hear that one. Conman. Blithering idiot. Christian.
So you gave me idiot. If I had to put blithering in front of it, that would have made sense.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's been
Wow.
our Let Me Ask You 5 Questions about Jim Cornette.
We have another commercial, Doug.
We do?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's cut to commercial.
All right, and today we have a special guest to talk about.
My name is Enzo Amore, and I'm a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that.
No, wait a minute. I thought you were here to teach that. Are you here to teach me?
Yeah, I'm here to teach you that today. I'm here with my new guide to picking up the ladies. Bada boom, be the realest guy in the room.
How you doing?
How you doing?
There you go. I like it. All right. So what's a lesson that we can give for free to the folks here, and something I can use.
I'm pretty sure I sent you a free copy, so I need you to put your mind on a treadmill and jog your memory.
Okay.
It's a 3-step process. Step 1, find the honey and slay the...
Whoa. Let's try to be a little bit like PC.
I was going to say insecurity. How you doing?
All right. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Step 2, how to run down a beach into your own arms. I know you think it's impossible, but it ain't.
Okay.
Step 3.
Tree.
Yeah, step 3.
Okay.
Why don't you make like a tree and leave so I can finish this promo? Step 3. How to be a star by taking meteor showers.
Okay. I have all kinds of questions.
And you can find out easy for 4 payments of $49.99.
You must be broke.
Well, if I had a dime for every time I struck out with the ladies, I'd have no dimes.
So let's go back to step 1. Step 1 is finding the honeys. Where do you go to find the honeys?
I like to go to the gas station. Maybe get a Slurpee. Maybe get a Squishy. I don't know. Depends on where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So that the gas station's for smashing. I got it. All right. Cool.
Yeah. There's 3 things. You get gas, you get grass, or you get ass.
So I'm officially uncomfortable. Okay. Number 2.
Look. I know you're so ugly that the tears roll down the back of your head, but even I can get you laid today. Bada boom. Realest guy in the room. How you doing?
I'm so scared. Okay. Let's talk about this running down the beach into my own arms thing. How do you
It's
do
all
that?
about self-actualization. You gotta believe that you are the best guy in the room. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you was born at night, but you wasn't born last night, right?
No, I was born in the afternoon.
Well, that joke doesn't work then.
So let's move on to the third step. For me to be a star, I have to shower in meteors. Is that an astronaut thing?
It's an idiom.
I'm feeling kind of like an idiom right now.
Big Smooth. Putting a microphone in your hand and giving you a podcast makes you an interviewer just about as much as being in a garage makes you a car. So I think I'm just going to take it from here, all right? How you doing?
I mean, go ahead. You got a mic tattooed on your hand for a reason.
Well, the worst thing I can say about being here at the DQPN is that I'm stuck here at the DQPN. I wish I could be somewhere bigger, you know. But you got to
Wow.
start somewhere. We got to start small.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what a lot of women say to you. So
Hey, yo, listen, Big Smooth. I don't need no couple haters up in here talking about my business. You know what I'm saying? You know what they call me at football? Long John Silver, how you doing? You know what the ladies say when I walk into a room? Oh, man, where'd you get that third leg? How you doing? You gonna come up to me with that little shrinky dink and act like I ain't the master of disaster? That I ain't the sultan of the swing? That I'm not the new high-flying, profiling, styling, limousine riding Ric Flair for the new millennium? I am Enzo Amore, and I'm here to get your Jimmy into swimming.
all right, I guess you sold me on this book. I got a free copy of it anyway, so that's fine.
So get on my website, badaboom.com. If you use promo code couple haters, you get a dime off. Because if I give you any more than that, I'd have no dimes. And as a side note, if you're having trouble sealing a deal, if you know what I mean, if you can get to the 1 yard line, but you just can't get in the end zone, take it from me, Enzo, and try my new product, Bona Boom.
What does it do?
It'll make you stand at attention. How you doing?
Glad you find these guys, PPR. Thank you. Other than that, I think we have a situation, so let's cut back to the podcast.
Oh, you got the sitch in here? We used to party up on the shore. Give me a little bit of that snoogie, you know what I'm saying? How you doing?
J-Wow, man. J-Wow. All right, I think that's all we got for today. That about wraps it up. So do we want to do some plugs? And
Yeah, let's plug it in.
Okay, so if you want to follow me on the Twitter, I'm at Big Smooth on the Twitter. You can find Doug at Woodscale1.
That's right, What's Scale 1. And you can find us, the collective, the duocracy. Ooh, we're a duocracy.
That's got to be a shirt.
Yeah, the duocracy at Crimson Ring Pod on the Twitters.
Yeah, and we love getting tweets. We love getting twittered. Like, it's fun stuff. You can also follow Drafty Quarters Productions at DraftyQ on the Twitter as well.
Or email us.
Which is draftyq@gmail.com. One day, the Crimson Ring will have its own email that PPR doesn't have control of.
Yeah.
PPR is a control freak.
Also, make sure you listen to the other great podcasts on the DQPN, such as Drafty Dames and Drafty Teens.
There's also this one about movies called DQP Does.
Oh, yeah, but see, I said listen to the other great podcasts on the network.
That's why I named it after all those.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, we're number one in your hearts, so
And
leave
on
us
your
a 5-star
dials.
review. And, Doug will give you some money.
I will give you none monies.
Okay. Well, it was worth a shot.
All right.
So do we want to do a queso ending?
Yeah, let's cheese it up.
What's going on here? Holy. Oh, man. What year is this? Where am I at? Why am I here? Brother.
Hey, Much. I finally found you, dude. You got to get out of here, bro.
Why? Where? What? What's going on, man?
Listen, you're drunk off your ass, and I understand that. You had one too many timely ladies. But you got to go, because this is 2019, You really shouldn't be here right
I
now.
don't know how to leave, man. I came in here. I'm in this studio. I'm looking around. I don't know what's going on.
Hey,
Do you have
buddy.
any creamer? I need a cup of coffee.
Hey, buddy. Come with me if you want to live.
Ooh,
All right.
yeah. Let's go.
This was the Crimson Ring on the DQP Podcast Network. And in the meantime, folks, remember, if you want the crowd to pop, just get some color.